Welcome to the True YouTube Moderator channel, where I identify problems with the YouTube systems and offer realistic solutions to those issues. Today, we're talking about YouTube's first ever video, Me at the Zoo by Jord. If you weren't aware, a few months ago, this piece of YouTube history got hacked. The hacker changed the description of the video and changed the comment sort order to newest first, rather than the usual top comments. Seeing this, scammers and other users took advantage of the situation and began spamming the comments section with virus links, self-advertising, and sub-to-sub deals, all of which are against YouTube's policies as shown on screen. A few creators made videos covering this topic around the time the issue started, the most popular currently resting at over 900k views, which is a decent amount. Considering these numbers, you'd think that someone would have heard the commotion by now and get straight into fixing the problem, right? Nope. After all this time, the comment section is still as bad as ever. It's probably even worse now. YouTube could have easily done something to address this problem, but they haven't. And I don't think it's an issue with them being unaware of the problem, because surely, when you report someone's comment, the moderator deciding whether it's spam or not should have to see where the comment came from for contextual reasons. They should be seeing that a lot of spam comments are coming from this video, but they haven't done anything about it. Seeing this is more of YouTube's incompetence, I decided to look into whether we, as the YouTube community, could perhaps try and fix this issue ourselves. And the answer is a resounding no. Stop all your efforts to fix it, you're wasting your time, and I'll go over the reasons why. One of the things I see people doing in the comments section a lot is leaving comments telling everyone to stop spamming. As much as I appreciate your efforts, guys, this will never work due to both the way you write your messages, as well as the audience you're trying to communicate with. Here's a typical example of these anti-spam comments. Sub to sub, more like stop to stop. Okay, but why should I stop? Just because you want me to? There's no incentive for them to change their ways. You're not going to convince them like that. However, if you point out the fact that what they're doing is against YouTube's policies, and as such, these comments can get their channels deleted, boom, convincing argument. There's no point begging for subs if you just get your channel deleted, and some people might be inclined to stop if you tell them that. Unfortunately, we come to the audience problem then. While I assume that some of these spammers are actually bots, many seem to be real people trying to advertise their content. All they care about is getting those views and subs, so they leave their sub-to-sub comments and then they search for others doing the same kind of deals. Considering this mindset, it would be very easy for them to just skip over our comments. In fact, they could probably use Control F to just farm them very easily and never have to look at any other comment. We are preaching to an audience who doesn't care about our message, which is why this method will never work. But what if we tried to drown out the spam comments with our own warnings? While that's technically possible, we risk being reported for spamming ourselves. There's only so many variations of stop spamming or your channel gets deleted that you can type. Plus, this only hides the issue without actually doing anything to stop it. Even if you did try this method, good luck trying to outspam the spammers. I measured the rate of comments for a few hours, and the rate seems to be between 450 and 600 comments per hour. Assuming that roughly 95% of these comments were made by sub-beggars and the like, that roughly equates to an average 500 spam comments per hour, or 8 per minute. Without the ability to use the same comment over and over, there is no way we could keep up with these numbers. So if leaving comments doesn't work, the only other option the community has is to report the spammers in order to get them banned. Banning the spammers that already exist should send the message that others should stop, shouldn't it? Unfortunately, this too will never work, especially solo. During the past few days, I decided to livestream some comment reporting sessions to show that seemingly unlike YouTube's moderators or the YouTube heroes, I'm actively trying to make this website better. While I'm disappointed with the fact that I can't actually make a difference here, these live streams did provide me with some useful information. During my final live stream, I decided to see how long it would take me to report 250 videos, and at the end of the stream, my time was around 1 hour and 10 minutes. And this is doing it properly by checking every link posted and checking for context, rather than just banning every single comment, along with providing reasons for some of my judgments for those who may have been watching the stream. Even rounding that to exactly 1 hour, that is only half of the 500 spam comments per hour inflow. But if we have 2 or 3 people reporting at once, we could completely stop all new spam comments, right? Not exactly. If you have them all start at once, all of them will just end up reporting the same comments. You'd have to do it in hourly shifts to actually make progress. Furthermore, reporting comments doesn't automatically delete them. Just because you don't see them anymore doesn't mean that they're also removed for others. YouTube has the final say on that matter, the only problem being that they're very inconsistent. While YouTube doesn't keep your report history for comments, I can get a vague idea of how long they take by looking at how long it takes them to delete a channel for spam. In my live streams, there were multiple channels I reported between 10 and 20 sub-to-sub comments on, so I'm quite confident that they should get deleted in time. While I do know for a fact channels can be deleted for spam, I can't prove that because even days later, none of the channels on my list have been taken down. And by this time, any comments the spammers have left are long since buried. Now reporting can't even be used to send a message to future spammers because they can't actively see the channels getting deleted when they check them for the sub-to-sub deals. So if we can't stop the future spam, could we at least try to organize some kind of huge community event where we try clean up the spam that already exists? I did briefly consider trying this as an option to, in the very least, bring attention back to this issue, but cleanup is also impossible. While theoretically it could be done with enough time and effort, you'd still have all the same problems mentioned before. However, the biggest problem specific to this idea is that in order to clean up the comments, you would have to start at the very first comments and go from there. And the only way to get to them is by sorting newest first and scrolling all the way down to the bottom. On a smaller video, this wouldn't be a problem, but we have over 4.2 million comments on this video. If the page down button lets you scroll down at a rate of around 20 comments per second, ignoring load times for ease, it would take you roughly 58 hours to get to the bottom. Even at 40 per second, it's still over an entire day of just scrolling, and that's assuming your browser doesn't crash from loading that many comments. It's just not realistically achievable with one person or a million. To recap, convincing the spammers to stop fails because of a lack of incentive, but mostly because we have an uncaring audience. Outspamming the spammers fails because we are liable to be reported for spam ourselves, the rate of spam is too high, and this doesn't actually fix the problem. Reporting comments will fail as well because the spam rate and not fixing the problem, but also because with how long it takes YouTube to actually take down the comments, it can't be used as a message to future spammers. There is nothing we can do to fix the issue because any other solution has to deal with all these roadblocks. The community can't save this video's comments section. There are only 2 realistic solutions to this issue. The first is that YouTube finally decides to step in and disable the comment section until the problem can be properly resolved, or a new hacker breaks into the channel and fixes it themselves. With the first solution, before any of you try saying they'll never do that, they've already done it before. For those who don't know their YouTube history, back around February 2019, Matt Watson made a video pointing out a serious problem in regards to predatory behavior towards children on the platform, sparking fears of Adpocalypse 2.0 in the process. These consisted of predators bookmarking certain sections of the video where they found the kids to be, in their eyes, sexual, along with other things that broke terms of service. And based on the fact Matt felt he needed to make a video on this topic leads me to believe he didn't think it could be handled by a few people reporting the offending comments. As a result of the drama, YouTube started disabling the comment section of videos that featured minors. These seem like very similar parameters to our current situation in that we have a very problematic comment section where most comments break the guidelines in a way that cannot be handled by a few people reporting the offending comments. Based on these factors, YouTube could easily disable the comments on me at the zoo, and I believe it would be appropriate for YouTube to treat the issue in the same manner. It's just that they've chosen to do nothing, and I don't think they'll be choosing otherwise anytime soon. In regards to the second option of having a new hacker break into the channel and fix what was already done, while I'm certain that there are many legal implications with this option, at least it would guarantee results.
But the legal stuff isn't my greatest concern, no. My concern is that if one person can hack into the channel, others will as well in retaliation. And it will just start this sort of hacking war. One side's trying to make things better again, the other's trying to make it worse, yada yada. It becomes a battleground. And my fear with that is that eventually things just escalate to the point where someone does something, uploads something, I don't know, that gets the channel and video destroyed, removed from YouTube. They'll ruin a piece of YouTube's history. Now, I'm not a hacker. I don't know if this is a real fear, but the point is, I don't want to risk this. But if YouTube continues to ignore the issue, it may be the only option in order to get this problem fixed.
So there are your choices. Go yell at YouTube on social media, or take lessons on how to hack YouTube channels. What you choose doesn't matter to me, so long as you're trying to make a difference, and I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. But YouTube's lack of care is insulting. It's insulting to YouTube's founders, it's insulting to the people who call themselves creators, it's insulting to everyone who tries to make this website better. This should not have been allowed to continue for a single week, let alone months. If this had happened to any other channel, it would be frustrating, but that they've let this happen to such a big part of their history is an absolute disgrace. And it makes you think, if this is how they treat such an important video, what other problems have they been ignoring? Welcome to the True YouTube Moderator channel, because that's exactly what I'm here to talk about.